Investigators tell us that the 3 arrests they've made are thanks to one big break in the case, the surveillance video that came from the couple's home. The video led police to the accused killers, and early this morning, residents here got their first look at them. It appears this was a home invasion and burglary that ended in murder. In the video, there were 3 shadowy figures seen entering and leaving the home. Off camera, Bud and Melanie Billings, the parents of those special needs children, were being killed in their bedroom. The red van, seen here, was found near a shed across town. It led authorities to this man, 56-year-old Leonard Gonzalez Sr. According to police reports, he was the getaway driver. For now, they've accused him of tampering with evidence.
He was covering damage and painting the van in an attempt again to disguise the van from the video that was released to the press.
Late Sunday night, police came out and announced they had arrested Gonzalez's old friend, 41-year-old Wayne Coldiron, and charged him with murder. The police reports describe a calculated robbery where Coldiron and several other suspects barged into the home carrying long guns and wearing masks. Police believe they had no connection to the family whatsoever.
Mr. Coldiron is a local individual, day laborer sort, known to work with car dealers.
Also charged with murder, Coldiron's friend and Gonzalez's son, 35-year-old Leonard Gonzalez Jr. Bud and Melanie Billings had 16 children. 12 were adopted, and 9 were at home at the time. Many of them have severe disabilities, and the cameras, which were in every room and led to the arrests, were meant to keep track of the children. Their bus driver, who rushed to the home shortly after the killings, was able to talk with one of the children who clearly understood what had happened.
Matthew told me that he didn't have a mom and dad anymore because his mom and dad had got shot. And I told him, I said, well, they'll always be your mom and dad. They just won't be here right now.
Family members are expected to make a statement later today. They tell us the children are together, that they're safe, and that there's a plan in place to meet their needs. Investigators, Chris, are promising more arrests.
Steve, thanks. And obviously the community's so worried about these children, but the investigation gets deeper and deeper. We know the Billings were involved with car dealerships. One of these people arrested was involved with a day labor as working in a car dealership. So what are the latest details on these arrests? Shocking murders, to be sure. Let's turn to Escambia County Sheriff David Morgan. Here's what he had to say. Sheriff Morgan, thank you for joining us this morning.
Good morning, sir.
We hear word of possibly more arrests. What can you tell us?
That's correct, sir. We're working on, again, multiple suspects. We're now continuing with interviewing what we refer to as persons of interest at this time, and we're hoping to develop more suspects in this case.
What can you tell us about what you've learned about how big this operation may have been and what the motive was?
Well, again, we're not releasing certain amounts of information, but we can tell you again that it's multiple suspects, more than we initially thought, and that the motive is still unclear. As I've explained in some other press conferences, this has been a very convoluted and a very complex case.
It looks from what you found on the surveillance tape that it was set up as a robbery. Masked men, long weapons. They go in the house about 9 minutes, but then winds up with murders in the bedroom, one a headshot. What does that tell you?
We have released that it's multiple gunshot wounds to both victims in this case. And as we've passed along, we're very surprised by the rapidity of this operation, and it was carried out with military precision, I will tell you that.
What do you know about the men involved?
We know that they are associated both familially, family relationships, and also friendships.
Just in terms of characterizing this, is this some ragtag bunch that just thought they could go in there and get a quick score? What is the nature of this crime?
No, sir. They had a clear purpose in mind.
Do you think these men knew what they were getting into, that there were this large number of children in this house, what this family was about?
We do, sir. We do, sir.
Obviously, that makes it a more grave situation for you, right? To know that these men were willing to go into a house where there were lots of kids, special needs kids.
It always comes back to the children. They had opened their home and their fortune to taking care of these children. Again, Down syndrome children, autism, children born of drug-ridden mothers. And so, again, that just compounds this problem from an investigative perspective.
And to be clear, this was not coincidence. These men knew that they were going into the Billings home and that there was a big group of kids. They knew what kind of family this was.
We believe so, sir. We believe that is true.
We've heard that there was a plan in place for the kids, that they're now with family members. At least some of them knew what happened in that home. How are they?
They're fine, sir. They are with family members at an undisclosed location, but I met with the family just the night before last and kept them updated on the progress of the investigation. And of course, they're faring as well as can be expected under these circumstances.
Appreciate you talking to us, Sheriff. Know it's a sensitive situation, especially given the human side of this story with what's going to happen to these kids. So thanks for talking to us.
Thank you, sir.